What's going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you my TCG, not deck builder, but a deck profile. That's what I knew the name. I'm bringing you my deck profile for the deck that I'm going to be using here at Locals a lot lately. So it's kind of an interesting deck. It's a deck that I've used on TCGO. I am missing about 6 different cards to really just make this deck the way I want it. Probably about 7 cards. But this is what I have for now. So I'm going to actually not quickly go through it. I'm going to just go into it, kind of explain some of the stuff that I can do with this deck. And in each section, I will kind of go through and explain what cards I'm missing and what I will pull out of there for. So we're going to start with the actual Pokemon. We're going to start off with the Powerful Friends Miltank. Very good card. I'm only running 1 copy of them. Pretty much its attack, Powerful Friends, just requires 1 energy cost, which is not bad at all. And it does 70 more damage for Stage 2 Pokemon. Once I get the completed deck, I will have 2 different Stage 2 Pokemon, 2 copies of each. So this attack can do a lot. Very good card for this deck. So next up, I am running 3 Froakie. Now, Froakie will go into the main engine for this deck. I'm running 2 copies of the 1 energy bubble Froakie, which allows me to paralyze my opponent's Pokemon. And then I just have another Froakie here that I can play onto the bench if need be. So that's how we're going to get that the main engine of this deck going. To follow up with those, I am running 3 copies of Frogadier, being 2 different ones. So the main Frogadier I have 2 copies of is the Water Duplicates Frogadier, which is actually a very solid card. And what it does, it requires 1 water energy and allows me to search up to 3 Frogadier from my deck and put them onto my bench. This will help speed up the main engine of this deck. And I'm running 2 copies of those, and then just 1 extra Frogadier that I had to throw onto the bench. So that's that. Next up, I am running 2 copies of the Water Shuriken Greninja. Now this is just a very good card. I can discard water energies from my hand and deal 30 damage onto my opponent, and I don't have to be the active Pokemon for that to happen. So if I can get 2 of these on the bench set up, I can take out a lot of my opponent's bench Pokemon that have 60 HP or less. So again, this is the main engine on the deck, is the Water Shuriken Greninjas. Next up, I am running 2 different Manaphy's. The first is the Deep Sea Swirl, which allows me to shuffle my hand back into my deck and then draw 6 cards. This is very good attack, seeing as I could be stuck with very bad hand. This is pretty much a free Shauna right out into a better hand. And then its other attack, Lifesaver, allows me to put 2 water Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. So this allows me to get Greninjas back that I may discard, or other Pokemon that may my other Manaphy or Frogadiers that I may need. And the other one is the promo Manaphy with Marine Guidance. So what this does, it allows me to search for a water Pokemon and add it to my hand. And then I'm allowed to use Aqua Ring with 2 water energies, and it allows me to switch with one of my bench Pokemon, give me a little bit better matchup. So this is actually a very good addition to the deck here, are these 2 Manaphys. One, because they allow me more draw power, allow me to really just thin my deck and go through and get what I need. And then next up, for the EXs, I'm running 2 different EXs, and then I'll explain what's going to change in this deck. We're going to start off with Metagross EX. Now, this Pokemon usually will just sit in the back until I can Mega Evolve it into Mega Metagross EX with Gatling Slug. Just requires 4 colorless energies, and it does 10 extra damage for each steel type. So my main thought process with the deck is to pretty much have 2 Greninjas built up on the bench and have Mega Metagross out on the field, because not many Pokemon want to take, a lot of the times, a base 150 Gatling Slug. The only other Pokemon that would take that would be some higher HP EXs and Megas. So I'll explain why these are in the deck here in a bit, as I'm going to get into the last 2 EXs. And because we have some water in this deck, we have a Gyarados EX and a Mega Gyarados EX. So we'll just get into regular Gyarados EX. Stormy Seas, for each heads, I can attach a water energy to this card. And then Splash Burn does 10 damage to each of my bench Pokemon, so it's a little bit of a risky attack. And then we got Mega Gyarados EX with Blast Geyser, and I can do 20 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. And if I do, I discard the top 2 cards of this deck. So these are the Pokemon. Things that will change in this is the Steel engine in this deck will actually be switched up. So cards like Gyarados and Gyarados EX will no longer be in this deck. These were more of a filler for the deck. Having an extra EX allows me to get to my allows me to play a Pokemon on my bench. What will be added will be 3 copies of Beldum, 3 copies of Metang, and 2 copies of the Ancient Origins Metagross, which has, let me load it up here. It's the Iron Tide structure deck, and the Metagross has the ability Magnetic Warp. Now what this allows me to do is I can switch one of my active Pokemon, or one of my opponents. Me and my opponent both switch Pokemon out on the field, so this allows me to get better matchups, easier ways to get my Metagross EX in, easy ways to retreat my Greninjas or other Pokemon that I may not want out there. So that is something I am going to be looking to adding to the deck, as well as keeping the Mega Metagross and the Manaphy engine in this deck. So next up, we're going to go to our energies. Again, these energies will change up here. So right now, I'm running 3 copies of Double Colorless, which works out very well, seeing as the Metagross I'm going to add to the deck requires 2 Steel and 2 Colorless. Mega Metagross requires 2 Steel, 2 Colorless. So a lot of the main Pokemon in this deck end up using a Double Colorless energy. And for right now, I have 5 Steel energies. I will probably upgrade this to 8 or 9 just to make it easier for me to get energies onto my Mega Metagross. And then I'm running 14 copies of Water Energy. Again, I need a lot of Water Energy for this deck, seeing as I'm playing Water Shuriken Greninja. Oh, there's something I forgot to add onto the Pokemon. I'm going to try to add 2 copies of Greninja Break. Greninja Break is actually one of the best cards in the format, allowing it just to sit on the bench and pick off your Pokemon, opponent's Pokemon for 60 damage each turn. So that's what I got energy-wise. And last but not least, we have our trainers, items, supporters. So we're going to start off. I got 1 copy of Muscle Bam. So this allows my Pokemon to do 20 extra damage. Pretty much this will go on to Greninja if I end up having to use its base 50 power attack. Pretty much turning it to base 70. So Water Shuriken plus Muscle Band attack usually will take out most stage 1 Pokemon. Most of them have right around 90 to 100 HP. I have 1 red card. Pretty much if I feel like my opponent's at an advantage, on me hand-wise, I can have them shuffle their hand into their deck and then redraw 4 cards. Pokemon Center Lady, just to heal 60 damage from my Pokemon and status conditions. I have 1 copy of Rare Candy. What this allows me to do is evolve my Froakie right away. So if I draw a Greninja Froakie in my hand, I can play Froakie and then evolve it next turn to a Greninja. 1 copy of Steven, pretty much to search out any other of my supporters and pick up a Water Energy or Steel Energy as well. I'm running 2 copy of Tierno just for that draw engine, allowing me to draw cards. 1 copy of Shauna, pretty much a reset button if I don't have a very good hand to start out with, or late game don't have a very good hand. 1 copy of Switch for right now. This probably will be a card that'll be removed. I got a Lucky Helmet. Now, attaching a Lucky Helmet just allows me to draw 2 cards anytime a Pokemon is damaged. So again, it's just to speed up the deck, make sure I can search out the cards I need to. 1 copy of Roller Skates, flip a coin. If heads, draw 3 cards. Very simple card. Again, it'll probably be one of the cards that get pulled out once I get the cards I need. Next up, we have 1 copy of Lysandra. This pretty much forces my opponent to switch one of their Pokemon out. Allows me just to get a better matchup. Or, if need be, have a way that I can take out 2 of his Pokemon, pick up 2 prize cards. 1 copy of Team Flare Grunt. This is just to remove an energy from my opponent's Pokemon. 2 copies of Great Ball. Now, these are just to pick up the top 7 cards of my deck, get a basic Pokemon, or pick a Pokemon out of there, and then shuffle my deck. Again, just search capabilities, make sure I'm getting my Greninjas and that. Right now, it's 1 copy of Dive Ball. I want this to be 3 copies to search out my Frogadiers and my Greninjas. Energy Recycler. This is just to shuffle my water energies from my discard pile into my deck so that I can get them back. 2 copies of Professor's Letter. Now, this allows me to add 2 basic energies to my hand. So this allows me to add more water or steel energies, whichever I need, to my hand. 1 Mega Turbo. So this pretty much allows me to take 1 energy from my discard pile and attach it to one of my Mega Pokemon. 1 Max Elixir. I can look at the top 6 cards of my deck and attach a basic energy onto my bench. Very good card. Wally allows me to search for a Pokemon that evolves from one of my Pokemon. And so pretty much this allows me another easy way to get Greninja out. The last card again is just a filler card. Fighting Fury Belt gives another one of my Pokemon 40 HP and its attacks do 10 more. Not a bad card at all. So that is the deck profile I have for you guys. This deck actually does qualify for Standard. So it's a deck I'm looking forward to use. It's a deck that you guys will be seeing on my TCGO for a little bit until I find the creativeness to build another deck. But if you guys enjoyed this deck profile, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more TCG related content. But with all that being said, I'm Johnny GB, and I'm out.